This is Company Saturdays. Every Saturday we present you with another company. Today we're looking at 15 things you didn't know about Twitter. Welcome to Alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get informed. Hello Aluxers and welcome back to our channel. It seems like today we can't eat at a restaurant before posting it somewhere for the world to see. We send out millions of messages across various social media platforms, and whether you love it or hate it, social media is here to stay, and most importantly, has a huge influence in our lives. From the hashtag #MeToo movement to the Occupy movement, we're experiencing shifts in culture, politics, and much more, and it's all happening instantly and online. So it's no coincidence that today we're talking about Twitter, the microblogging platform that was founded back in 2006 and is still going strong. The place where politicians, celebrities, activists, authors, and more share their views and react to events. Twitter was created back in 2006 by Jack Dorsey, Noah Glass, Biz Stone, and Evan Williams, and until 2012, they had more than 10 million people posting about 340 million tweets every day on the platform. If you're new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe and follow us on Instagram at Alux. But let's just dive into the Twittersphere, shall we? Here are 15 things you didn't know about Twitter. Number 1. Hashtags started out being famous on Twitter. It's hard to remember what the internet was before the hashtag came around. But did you know that Twitter made it famous and almost instantly used by everyone? A hashtag is a metadata tag that we use on social networks to easily find the content you want. Chris Messina, who is an open source advocate, first came up with the idea to use a hash character from IRC, but his suggestion wasn't at first taken into consideration by Twitter. The symbol became more used after the San Diego forest fires in 2007 and the 2009 to 2010 protests in Iran. Twitter further helped to spread the practice by creating its trending topics on the main page, and it quickly spread to other platforms such as Instagram and Facebook. Number 2. Tweets are now 280 characters, but people don't use the whole space. As a microblogging platform, Twitter only used to allow 140 characters per post. That was generally considered to be a good-sized micropost, since users could better express their ideas and it was easier to read. However, last year, Twitter famously introduced 140 more characters, which elicited a number of both positive and negative responses. It turns out that according to Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey, the change hasn't affected the average length of messages and has resulted in more engagement. It appears that people just like having more room to write, and they also started to get more retweets and followers after the change. Number 3. They introduced the first verified account blue badge. Twitter is also known for introducing the verified account blue badge, yet another practice that has spread to other sites. The blue badge means that the account is verified by a social media platform, and public figures were the first to get one in 2009. However, this did not come out of the blue, as Twitter was publicly criticized by Kanye West and even sued by Tony La Russa because of fake accounts that claim to be them. Generally, public accounts don't just get a blue badge. They can also access previously unavailable features, and they are granted by getting in contact with the person that owns or gets represented by the account. Number 4. Snoop Dogg stopped by their headquarters and smoked weed. When you run a successful company, you're bound to have a few brushes with fame. Twitter most notoriously had Snoop Dogg pay a special visit to their headquarters in San Francisco, complete with his entourage. He especially enjoyed using the office DJ booth and weed, like a lot of weed. Well, what did you expect? He is Snoop Dogg after all. The move was criticized by conservative venture capitalist Peter Thiel that called Twitter a mismanaged company who has such a good business model they can afford to smoke so much pot. After all, the hashtag #PuffPuffPassTuesdays had to live up to its name, didn't it? Number 5. Jack Dorsey, the CEO and co-founder, has a net worth of $4.8 billion according to Forbes. Jack Dorsey, the 41-year-old co-founder and CEO of Twitter, has quite an impressive background. Before starting Twitter in 2006, together with Ev Williams, Biz Stone, and Noah Glass. He dropped out of New York University, got certified as a masseur, and even considered becoming a fashion designer. He eventually became a self-taught computer programmer, and the rest is history. As of June 2018, his net worth is an amazing $4.8 billion, according to Forbes. He also is the founder and CEO of Square, a mobile payment company. Number 6. Twitter is the most used platform for political and celebrity scandals. Quick, where do you get your news from? If you're an active Twitter user, it's actually very probable you read it on Twitter first. The platform has revolutionized not only the way in which we do social media, but the way we consume news. Even more importantly, Twitter offers an easy way for events to spread like wildfire, including political scandals, campaigns, and celebrity news. Take Anthony Weiner's 2011 downfall as an indecent photo of himself was made public, and Roseanne Barr's recent Twitter rampage that got her show canceled. Some critics say that the wide exposure to so much news has actually decreased people's actual interest and engagement in politics, and not the other way around. Number 7. Apparently, Twitter also sold data to Cambridge Analytica. Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook have gotten a lot of slack for the Cambridge Analytica scandal. But if you think that turning to Twitter is safer, think again. Bloomberg reported that Twitter also sold data to Dr. Alexander Kogan, the researcher who created the personality quiz that was used to harvest data from 80 million Facebook users. To put it this way, the platform made $90 million from enterprise data just in the first quarter of this year. Twitter eventually admitted to doing this, but failed to mention how much they got from the deal. Number 8. Twitter has been cited by the Panama Papers. The Cambridge Analytica scandal is not the only one that Twitter has been involved in. The Panama Papers scandal exposed corporate giants such as Apple, Disney, Facebook, and Uber, among many others, for using offshore companies as a way to avoid paying taxes, and Twitter was one of them. To put it simply, billions and billions of dollars are lost in taxes each year when companies use this tactic. What's more, billionaire Yuri Milner has Russia's support for his investment in both Facebook and Twitter, according to the New York Times. Number 9. In 2016, on Election Day in the United States of America, by 10 p.m., people sent 40 million tweets. Twitter proved itself to be the breaking news powerhouse during the 2016 United States presidential election by amassing 40 million election tweets in just one day. The most controversial Twitter user of all time, President Donald Trump, uses the social network to send out messages about all things related to his activity. On that day, he used it to criticize protesters that were not happy about the election results, calling the act very unfair. His tweets were also the subject of a study by the Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology, which analyzed his style of communication. What the professors found was the president uses a so-called forensic style to quickly react to different events and express judgments about his allies and enemies. Number 10. Katy Perry has the biggest following. Pop star Katy Perry broke a record as the first person to have 100 million followers on the social network. It was also an opportunity to promote her recent album, Witness, with a Twitter video that showcased her tweets dated from 2009 to 2017. The second most followed celebrity is Justin Bieber, followed by former US President Barack Obama. Katy Perry is an avid Twitter user who uses her account to post real messages related to her daily life, adding a personal touch to her posts, such as tweeting about her Friday night plans to stay in with a nose pour strip and not taking herself too seriously. Speaking of the famous pop star, make sure to watch our 15 Things You Didn't Know About Katy Perry video if you want to find out some more about the singer. Number 11. Twitter has been used to organize protests and social movements. Twitter isn't just used by celebrities to show their real sides to fans. It's also been used to shine a light on very serious events, which were later dubbed the Twitter revolutions. Most recently, actress Rose McGowan got in a row with Twitter for temporarily suspending her account after she revealed Harvey Weinstein's sexual harassment behavior against her and other women in the movie industry. The network claimed to have done this because her messages violated the company's privacy policy. which started the hashtag Women Boycott Twitter, started by software engineer Kelly Ellis, which encouraged women to stop using Twitter for 24 hours as a protest for Twitter's censorship actions, which other actresses, activists, and journalists did join. Number 12. Twitter is banned completely in Iran, China, and North Korea. Normally, we'd say that people who don't know what Twitter is must be living under a rock. However, not all countries have access to the social network, whether it's a total ban or a partial one. China, Iran, and of course North Korea totally block people from using it, whereas countries like Iraq, Turkey, Venezuela, and Egypt have prohibited its use for various reasons. As you can see, these are all problematic areas, riddled with conflicts, and it turns out that Twitter has an extensive censorship history. For example, just 2 years ago in 2016, Twitter helped the Israeli government erase content that originated outside of the country. And Turkey is a leading country when it comes to removal requests, a staggering 90% of the number of requests received. At the same time, the platform admitted to hiding hundreds of thousands of tweets related to the 2016 Democratic National Committee email leak. Number 13. One employee took down Donald Trump's account for 11 minutes. Batyar Duisak instantly became a hero for Trump's critics, well, at least for around 11 minutes. The Twitter employee was on his last day there and decided to close Trump's account. Duisak was working on a temporary contract and called his action a mistake. However, it was more than likely a choice he had made. The German-Turkish former Twitter employee is not the only one who wanted the account to be suspended, as many have requested for it to be removed, especially as the president had been threatening North Korea. Number 14. Caitlyn Jenner gained 1 million followers on Twitter in 4 hours and 3 minutes. Former Olympic champion Caitlyn Jenner, who is known as Bruce Jenner before transitioning, is another Twitter record holder. Her account was launched with a picture depicting Jenner on the cover of Vanity Fair, which highlighted her transition from male to female and her new name. She is the fastest person to gain 1 million followers on her account in a record-shattering 4 hours and 3 minutes. That's more than Barack Obama's account managed to obtain 2 weeks prior to the election, and well, he's president. Number 15. 10 tweets per second mentions Starbucks. Starbucks is a worldwide brand that really knows how to interact with customers via social media. The company has an amazing following, from 40 million on Facebook to 2.1 million on Twitter. The secret seems to be its very approachable engagement strategy, in which they interact with customers on a one-to-one basis. For example, they retweet a lot. The social media engagement also earned them lots of new clients and, of course, more sales. Starbucks is frequently mentioned on Twitter, with about 10 messages per second. It's also profited from controversies such as the hashtag Merry Christmas Starbucks, which triggered discussions all around the world about Christmas cups not being Christmassy enough. And that's it for today, Aluxers. Thanks so much for watching. Now, before you go, we're curious. Do you think that Twitter is an efficient medium to empower social movements? Let us know in the comments. And as always, for sticking with us to the end, you get a bonus. Number 16. The CIA reads up to 5 million tweets per day. No, we're not talking about a spy movie plot. It turns out that the U.S. Central Intelligence Agency is also interested in what people have to share. It only makes sense, since of course as you share your daily life with people, so do those who have bad intentions. They are called the Vengeful Librarians, and they are on Twitter for any information that might help, such as extremist group movements. And this is not the only governmental body to be interested in tweets. The Library of Congress used to store every single public tweet available. However, last year, they decided to cut back and only save selected messages. Do you think they might favor celebrity musings? Thank you for spending some time with us, Aluxers. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. We also handpicked these videos, which we recommend you watch next. Thank you for being an Aluxer, and we'll see you back tomorrow.